Everybody, and God bless. The topic for today's video is going to be, yourself. Um, you have to find who you are in life. That's one of the bigger purposes, and it's how you can become truly happy. I've seen myself in a lot of really bad situations and a lot of really good situations, and I've seen how I've acted in both. And there's this saying, everything I'm not made me everything I am. It's really easy to hate yourself for the mistakes that you've made. It's really hard to accept your actions and accept the past, and that's not going to change. But a good way to look at this is, I've made all these mistakes, but I can recognize now that my mistakes have shaped me. Somebody who's never made mistakes in life is going to end up making a lot of mistakes later on. Okay, so again, everything I'm not made me everything I am. So I'm not going to sulk about who I'm not. I'm going to try to improve to where I want to be. Okay, and with that, you have to accept yourself, right? Going back to accept your past, accept the mistakes you made, accept who you are now. Okay. Um, there's always room for improvement. I wouldn't say change. Okay. I'm trying to improve myself. That's the whole point of this YouTube series. And you'll see a lot of people who will present to you one way and they'll tell you, I don't know, maybe I'm not a big drinker, right? I don't like drinking. And then you'll see them go out with other people and just get hammered. Okay? Don't change your morals, don't change your beliefs for other people just to fit in, right? You need to accept who you are. Um, One thing I've learned in a quote that I really like is don't chase butterflies, grow your garden, and the butterflies will come to you. Okay, now a lot of people use this for girls, but I'm using this as a way to show you that if you build yourself, people who you want in your life will stay with you. If you go chasing all your friends, eventually they're either not going to be your friend anymore, or they're going to start taking advantage of you. Okay. I think a lot of people don't have a lot of self-respect. That's a really bad thing to have. Okay. I'm trying to keep this as civil as possible. I don't want to berate anyone who's watching. Even I struggle a lot with self-respect, but there's a fine line between not respecting yourself because of yourself and then not respecting yourself because you don't want to be alone. Talking to a lot of friends, they said they'd rather have friends who don't like them than to be alone. And I think that's really awful. I truly do. Being alone is a good thing. Being alone is a very good thing. And to not have the self respect where you can not walk out of situations where you know you're going to be hurt from it, right? With the not a lot of self respect is you have to forgive yourself, right? I feel like a lot of people without self respect won't forgive themselves, and it's a big struggle. Truly, it is. I struggle to forgive myself too, right? But we're gonna circle back a little bit, and everything I'm not, maybe everything I am. Your past is your past, and your actions are your actions. Okay, to love yourself or to forgive yourself means to recognize what you've done is wrong. So right there alone, what you recognize what you've done is wrong means that you've matured from your actions, and it means you can improve yourself from those actions. So that's why I think I need to start forgiving myself a lot more. Okay, I really struggle with this. Same with the self-respect. I can't accept my past, and I can't accept the actions I've done. I've stayed up crying because of things I've done to people. Um, But you always have to love yourself and forgive yourself. Those are the two key points to being happy with yourself: is love and forgive. And again, it's really hard for a lot of people to do. But how are you going to be happy with other people if you're not happy with yourself? This even comes into relationships, romantic ones even. If you can't love yourself, how are you going to love somebody else? right? You're your own savior. No one else can save you. Okay, and that's a really tough pill to swallow, is that no one else is going to save you but you. And that's why self-respect is a big thing. You have to recognize when you're in bad situations, and you need to know how to get out of these situations. Again, just a little recap here is that you need to find who you are in life. Okay, don't change yourself for other people. Change can be good. Improvement, I would use. Improvement is good. Change is bad. Okay, don't change yourself for other people, but always work to improve yourself. You're going to be your own savior here. That's why you need to improve yourself. I say you need to, not other people. I'm not saying other people need to improve you. You need to improve yourself. Your life is very valuable. There's a lot of different quotes like, your body isn't paper, so don't cut it. There's a lot of quotes like that where it's trying to show people how valuable you are. And you need to recognize how valuable you are. It's the truth. Everybody has value. No matter what you've done in life, everybody has value, including myself. And I need to recognize that I have value. And I need to stop chasing people who don't want to be my friend. And I need to start growing my garden. So I'm going to end it here. The point is, grow your garden. Okay, recognize the flowers that you've planted, the weeds that are in your garden, and really focus on the butterflies that are in your garden and know how beautiful they are. Thank you for watching, and God bless.